What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a really awesome shoutcast for the Catch Cup, an eligible team for the Catch Cup, that is, from a good buddy of mine, ZT Smith 22. Thank you so much for submitting these battles, featuring Triple Water with Toxapex, Greninja, and Community Day Shadow Poliwrath. That's supposed to be a Shadow Poliwrath. We'll fix that right now. And so this team is eligible for the Catch Cup. Now, the thing about the Catch Cup is that it's anything that was caught this season can be used. So, I mean, honestly, it's hard to say because there's so many different places and so many different things that could be caught that you might as well just playing Open Great League. So these battles were actually recorded in the Open Great League prior to the Catch Cup, so I apologize for the missed time, but once again, I've been on vacation, so I'm pre-recording a bunch of videos, trying to make sure that I can still get some content out while I'm gone. So these are Great League battles, so I appreciate your understanding as we get into these battles and check out how strong this Triple Water team is. You know that Triple Water has been a thing for many, many seasons. And here we go right away into a Greninja lead. The opponent swaps out immediately into a Froslass, and I would not be surprised if we see some energy here. Okay, gonna chip down, and I would imagine we're going to the Greninja right away, honestly, but probably looking to maintain alignment here. You want to get that Poliwrath on the Greninja, so that would be ideal. Now we're looking to overfarm, probably soak one charge move here, and then look to overfarm some more to make sure we have some energy to deal with the Greninja on the other end. Shadow Ball still does a lot of damage in the Great League to a Greninja, and unfortunately, letting the Froslass get ahead on that much energy makes it so that you're forced to use a shield. But hopefully the energy gained from doing so is going to be enough to be able to get that shield back against whatever comes back into this matchup. So we're going to see probably the Greninja come back in and try to go for a Hydro Cannon or an Ice Slash at this point to take out the Greninja. I haven't played Greninja in the Great League, at least not with the new moveset, but we get the boost, so going for another Night Slash here, looking to capitalize on that boost and get that shield back anyway. Opponent shields it up, and there's no more boosts here, but getting to the Night Slash, but losing CMP, and unfortunately our Greninja here is going to go down to a Night Slash. Greninja on the other end having so much energy, but Shadow Poliwrath with that Community Day move counter. Going to be able to come in and start doing massive, super effective damage. The opponent's got an Alolan Ninetales in the back running Greninja Double Ice, and they are not going to be able to do anything because that is a Powder Snow Alolan Ninetales, and that is a good game. Here we have in the next game, we're going to go into this G-Fisk lead. We have to immediately swap, and the safe swap on this team appears to be the Poliwrath, saving Greninja for later, trying to deal with that G-Fisk, which makes sense to me. Both of them are pretty hard counters to the G-Fisk, but I almost wonder if Greninja would be a better safe swap here. But obviously, that's me knowing that there's a Haunter in the back, right? So, I mean, it's good to get the Poliwrath out, get the Haunter out now. But it makes it really awkward because Toxapex can't really farm down Haunter because it's also resisting those moves. And the opponent's Haunter just goes all in on trying to go for shields here and get energy. So the Greninja, no, we're going to come in with the Toxapex here and possibly look to absorb the energy. A Brine would definitely KO, and even though Haunter is very, very attack weighted, a Shadow Ball, dude, Shadow Ball is like 50%, that's ridiculous. But look at how much damage Greninja's Water Shurikens are doing as it looks to start getting ahead on energy for a potential sweep here. Opponent goes for a Shadow Ball to full send it, and then a Haxorus comes in, and this is not looking like a good time for Greninja. Greninja is going to have to take this thing out now and get a boost in order to have a chance. Look at that, Night Slash does so much damage, and unfortunately Haxorus is here to end this poor Greninja's day. Gonna go for the Night Slash right away to prevent taking any extra counter damage. This is where you need to get the boost, man. Get that attack stat back, start sweeping. He gets the boost. Let's go. Let's see how much that Greninja does now. We're gonna see him come in with the Haunter, and we're gonna see a catch on the Toxapex. That was an amazing catch. The opponent going for a punch most likely, and the Ice Punch is not going to be enough damage here, and Toxapex is going to be able to take out the remainder of the Haunter. Now, the G-Fisk is going to have to be very careful here because I do believe that that Hydro Cannon was loaded on that Greninja, so it doesn't matter how much farm this G-Fisk gets. As soon as Greninja comes back in, whether these two Brines connect or whether it's a Hydro Cannon to finish it off, it's not going to be able to come out because now even the Night Slash is going to be enough. So Greninja is going to come back in, get that Hydro Cannon off, and somehow lose CMP to a G-Fisk? Dude, this one-turn lag is ridiculous. Imagine if you're climbing to Legend and you're just robbed of a game because just randomly delayed one turn. Niantic, please. Y'all have got to fix this. This is not... I understand that y'all have only a certain amount of resources and you can only do so much, but if we are going to be talking about Pokemon Go as a world's level esport, these kinds of things have got to get fixed, because these are the silliest little things. If you're, it's so consistent. It's like it's so consistently inconsistent. I don't know how else to explain it, but it just bothers me because it happens so much to so many people. You'd like to think that they would recognize it as an issue. So I don't know. I'm hoping that it gets fixed at some point, I guess. Hopefully y'all let me know in the comments if I'm crazy, but I'm pretty sure that that's an issue that everybody sees all the time. So Sludge Wave is going to do a ton of damage. You probably get to a brine here before the Noctowl gets to a move. They're going to be forced to try and farm down here, but unfortunately not going to be able to get it. They have to throw the Sky Attack. Greninja's going to get that farm down instead. And now a Greninja with a shield advantage. Oh, it's against a Poliwrath. Never mind. I was going to say Greninja with a shield advantage and two energy, 2 moves worth of energy is going to be huge, but the opponent staying in, they may be weak in the back. Of course, I didn't notice if there was something in the front. I was too busy missing my transition and whining about one-turn lag and things, so... Anyway, let me know in the comments also if you guys have any cool Catch Cup teams. Oh, there's a Greninja! That's what was in the front. That's right. Okay, there was Greninja. I get it now. All right. Greninja's going to come in and get clobbered, because that's just what happens when you have to deal with something with a counter move. So... Ice Punch is going to do plenty of damage, so the Greninja is going to have to shield, and they are not going to be able to get a farm down here. Poliwrath leaving with enough damage to hit that Poliwrath back, and I think they had one-turn lag again, because that should have been a simul KO. Man, it's everywhere, isn't it? Tell me it's not everywhere. Goodness gracious. All right, Shadow Nidoqueen in the next game, able to get to this brine at the same time, I think. No, that's not 8, right? No, it's 8. That's an Earth Power. Oh, that hurts so bad, dude. So Brian's going to come through and hope to do nearly as much damage to the Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is not going to feel it nearly as hard. But here comes a Poliwrath in the back to clobber down the Greninja. And this is why, unfortunately, I was originally saying Greninja could be a good safe swap. And as long as you don't get with a counter user, yes. That's why I kind of prefer it as a sweeper, to be honest. Just so we don't, try to avoid situations like that, because unfortunately you can't flip that. Opponent's going to have some energy. So we're going to see how ZT Smith decides to come out of this situation. Toxapex is going to come in and absorb the energy, and Poliwrath is going to look to sweep with 2 shields and hope that it's going to make it. But unfortunately, Poliwrath not able to do enough damage. Should have gone for that Scald. Unless you wanted to give Nidoqueen that farm, then that's okay too. But Poliwrath is going to be able to do some damage. You have to shield this Poison Fang and hope that whatever's in the back is weak to Poliwrath. I think that's all you can do. Because the opponent is staying in with the Nidoqueen, they have to go for a farm down here in order to have energy, and the opponent just concedes. Apparently, whatever was in the back just gets destroyed by Poliwrath. I don't know, maybe it was like an Obstagoon or something. That's something you commonly see there, but Poliwrath is going to instant switch in here, and we are going to see a Pelipper pop in. Now, Pelipper is also a pretty hard counter to the Poliwrath. However, it takes neutral from the Ice Punch, which gives Poliwrath some play here. Opponent is looking to go for possibly a Weather Ball and farm down at this point, but that means they're going to be forced to give up a shield in order to take out this Poliwrath and win switch, which is very important for them, considering that Toxapex did not like the Swampert on the lead. Now, Swampert, don't typically see that with the Pelipper, to be honest. That's kind of interesting to me, but everybody has their teams, man. I'm not going to criticize too much. I've run some weird stuff in my day too, but Hurricane going to do some decent chip damage to this Toxapex, and Toxapex is going to get out as soon as possible after having gotten shield advantage. And there's a Swampert. This person's playing ABA Water and ABA Ground, and they're about to get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed by this Greninja. And I was originally going to put Poliwrath on this thumbnail, but I think after watching this, I'm going to go ahead and change that to Greninja, because Greninja is clearly dominating. Greninja just farms down here, and Swampert with Mud Shot ain't going to do nothing. We're just going to go straight Night Slash, shield everything. Toxapex is in the back as just moral support at this point. Another Night Slash, so much energy. That thing's like 100 energy. You're going to get 3 or 4 Night Slashes off before the opponent even gets down to be able to take out the rest of the HP. Going for this Hydro Cannon now, because that would definitely do more damage than the Night Slash would. Hydro Cannon going through. Opponent no shields it because they have no shields left. Of course, that's why you would no shield something, right? That makes sense. That's a lot of damage to so much damage, dude. All right, opponent is having a Medicham on the lead. We are staying in here. Toxapex resisting the counter damage, but has to fear the Psychic a bit. Gonna shield that up right away. Not messing around. Not gonna look to try and play that game out. But the opponent comes in with a Lickitung, and Lickitung does have that body slam, and because the Poliwrath is a Shadow Poliwrath, it's not going to appreciate taking moves. Well, actually, that doesn't do nearly as much damage. That doesn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it was going to, but I think you should go for the Scald here just to take out the Lickitung. The Ice Punch is going to get the shield. Interesting. I did not think that the Lickitung was going to try to shield that. I thought for sure that there would be a no shield and let the Medicham get some farm down in this situation, but that's okay because everybody plays a different way, and we're going to see Poliwrath land a Scald, and that's dangerous for this Medicham because even though Counter is a good fast move, Scald still does plenty of damage from a Shadow Poliwrath as the opponent going to have to deal with another Scald. No, ZT Smith only gets to the Ice Punch in this situation, but still throwing that Scald was huge. Able to take out a ton of HP off the Medicham and go immediately for this Sludge Wave to try and take out this Medicham to get it off the Greninja. That's going to take it out. We're instantly switching, not even wondering what's in the back of the opponent. Decides to top left before even seeing what was in the back, as yet they assume it was a second fighter. Once again, Greninja on the lead. Love the fact that Greninja's everywhere, dude. I have so much love for that frog. I'm enjoying the fact that it's everywhere. I'm enjoying the fact that it's viable in the open. At least the opponent gets a boost right off the bat. That is dangerous. And the Toxapex is going to have to put up a shield in order to make sure that it can get this. So it's trying to pressure the Greninja into swapping out and shielding. I can see the play here because you don't want to swap in your Greninja to another Greninja. That's just not what you want to do. So Poliwrath comes in, starts chunking. Clefable comes in to hard punish this Poliwrath. But Scald is going to come off first because the Poliwrath is able to get a couple counters worth of energy before the Clefable came in. And Clefable is now going to have to worry about throwing energy to take out the Poliwrath. And Poliwrath is going to put down his shield and put that Ice Punch where Clefable's mouth is and try to take it out. No, we're going to counter down. ZT Smith making an excellent effort on his counting, making sure that he can counter down before even needing to give up any energy or shields or anything. Now, Lanturn comes in. And you talk about a core breaker here. Lanturn is going to be a problem. So, are we going to be able to get to the Scald at the same time as that Thunderbolt? No, the opponent is possibly looking to farm down here. This is dangerous now. If the opponent can farm down, the Thunderbolt's going to do a lot of damage, but ZT Smith pivots into his Toxapex in order to absorb the Thunderbolt because we'd much rather do it here than against the... excuse me, goodness me. Rather do it here than against the... Wow, my brain just shut way down, man. I was on a roll, too. Man, that always happens when I'm on a roll. So Greninja's going to come in and start getting a farm down. You can live any one move here, and I think that you're going to be able to fully farm down because that Greninja does not look like it's going to live 3 more Water Shurikens. So we're going to see 1, 2... No, there's another one. I think that that opponent is going to be able to take out the Greninja here with that move. Night Slash is not going to be enough. Never mind, I lied. 2 Night Slashes is going to come through. Greninja is going to be able to do just enough damage to the Lanturn to take it out with the second move. Is it going to live? It does live the Spark. Man, that's a good game. I love Greninja, dude. Yep, the thumbnail is going to be a Greninja after seeing some of these. That's it. I'm changing my mind. Shadow Poliwrath look kind of goofy in my thumbnail anyway, so... Ooh, your whole team wins against this thing. Not a non-Shadow Kanto Ninetales. And Greninja has to come in now to answer this. Is this K9 Double Ghost? I wonder. Interesting. Interesting. A true genius came up with this line many seasons ago. Interesting. Anyway, the Greninja is going to be able to hard answer, but the opponent's Sableye is going to get to the return in order to be able to threaten the shield, but they bait with a foul play, and they go for a second foul play here. Definitely no need to shield this as a resisted damage. Foul play. Now the opponent is... I mean, this is why if you're going to throw... You know, don't just panic and throw the energy. Just keep farming until you get there. Because what we would have done is you would have forced ZT Smith to throw that move way before that, and you would not have had a Hydro Cannon coming out of this matchup. Now, because of Greninja being so quick to the moves, yeah, it probably has... oh, it is? Oh, man, I've seen this team before. I love this team. The whole point I was trying to get to here is that if you throw the energy early and just throw resisted chip damage, if instead of building up to a bigger move, your opponent can then get a much freer farm down and have more energy on the back end in order to take out whatever is coming in next. Whereas if you build up to the return, even if you don't get to it, the opponent would be forced to throw their energy there, which is a much better situation for for you because it basically means that you don't have the energy to threaten your Ninetales when they come back in. Oh, that Shadow Ball leaves him with 1 HP, dude. That is dangerous. Ice Punch is going to come through and get the second shield. And now we're going to see, can the Toxapex hang on long enough to take care of this matchup? We're going to see with 1 shield, it's probably just going to farm down if I'm being honest. Ooh, excuse me, but that CMP is a little unfortunate. Hopefully the Pokemon in the back is not going to be able to outlive this Toxapex in its little amount of HP. But I mean, let's be honest. In the red, that's about as much HP as a lot of Pokemon have. Oh, they're going to get to... Do they get to the move? They get to the Weather Ball. Is the Weather Ball going to be enough to take out the bulky Toxapex from this HP? No, it's not. That Weather Ball does almost nothing. Toxapex hangs on and Poison Jabs down. What a good game. Oh, goodness. And the next thing we've got Victory Bell. This is pain. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is pain. Now, if you look, though, the Victory Bell and the Toxapex, Toxapex is outlasting Shadow Victory Bell. Okay, I did not expect that. That is nuts. So now the Shadow Victory Bell actually will go down before the next Leaf Blade, I believe. Now, this Brine is going to get the shield, and the opponent is staying in, which means they also may not be appreciating in the back this Toxapex. So Toxapex goes for the second Brine, hoping to get another shield, and I think you just have to go for it. They farm down. The opponent holding onto their energy. Deoxys comes in. This is really dangerous. Coming with Greninja here and going for the Night Slash straight away. Now, here's the problem, is if this person is running Thunderbolt, this sucks. So Night Slash is going to go through. Is the opponent going to... Yeah, they have... Oh, we have a shield still. Of course we do. So you can simply shield, but the opponent has Rock Slide. That didn't seem like 8. So Night Slash is going to come through and take out this Deoxys immediately. And that is going to be able to put the last Pokemon on deck here. And that's a Bastiodon. Bastiodon is going to get rocked by this Poliwrath in the back. And this is already a good game, folks. Very well played. Triple Water putting in work. And here comes Poliwrath to obliterate the Bastiodon. And the opponent is just going to let it go. Good game, well played. Getting into the final battle of the set here, we've got a Togedemaru on the lead. Another nasty lead for this team. Immediately looks to pivot into Greninja, though, and the opponent swaps into Venusaur, and that is just not good. This person looks to be Greninja hunting on their team as they come in with this Venusaur, but the Venusaur does have to deal with a boost now on the Greninja. Greninja going for the extra Water Shuriken here to go for multiple more charge moves, because even though Venusaur gets to its moves fairly quickly, Greninja gets to them much quicker, and these Night Slashes now are going to force shields or threaten to KO the Venusaur. And here comes Night Slash number 3 after that boost. That is ridiculous. But unfortunately, that also means that, oh no, he's going to go ahead and lose switch here. The Togedemaru comes in and is immediately going to throw the Fell Stinger. Now, that does mean that Poliwrath is going to get locked on to this, and that makes it so much easier to deal with because now the opponent comes in with a Talonflame. Dude, this is not good for the opponent anymore. This Poliwrath is going to be able to just run through the rest of this team. The opponent no shields the Talonflame. And then one more shield on a Poliwrath ought to do it. Does he put it in? No, he's going to put all his faith in the Toxapex now to Poison Jab down against this Steel type with its defense lowered. And because it had to swap out, it lost the Fell Stinger buff that it received earlier. No shielding this Wild Charge. The opponent going for the Fell Stinger bait and failing it, and now that's going to be a good game as Toxapex goes for the Brine and the KO. That's going to close it off, and that's a good game. Well played. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the final battle. Triple Water in the Catch Cup putting in work. All 3 of these Pokemon were extremely accessible, so they should be an easy build for you all if you don't have them already built and on your roster. And if you don't, you should definitely add all 3 of them to your roster because they are all excellent Pokemon to have for not only the Open Great League, but also just general limited cups. So with that, I will leave it and have a great weekend because I'm dropping this one on a Friday, and I wish you all the best. Have a good one. Bye-bye.